Welcome, Knicks Nation. We got a lot to talk about today. Of course, the Knicks make history. Well, going to make history. 25 years since we've been to the Eastern Conference Finals. Big time salute to the boys in orange and blue. We're going to be talking about, of course, previewing the actual games with the Pacers, right? The ops, they keep on hating. I'm going to talk about, the amount of hate we're getting from people is crazy. It's ridiculous. Of course, we could talk a little bit about Game 6 against the Celtics, some of the storylines from there, the fans wilding out. We got Smoke of the Week. We got Word on the Street. And we also got Comment of the Week. And much more on This Week Inside the Knicks. Welcome to This Week Inside the Knicks. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the objective fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes. Listen, y'all, what a time to be a Knicks fan. I want to give a big time salute to everybody watching. Salute the Knicks will be champs 25-26. I see you, channel member, mod, a Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, Mr. Everything. Salute to you, Knicks will be champs. Tory B in the afternoon. How's it going? And to everybody that's listening to the replays, welcome. We got an action-packed show. This is the podcast, episode 4 of the 2025 playoffs, right? The playoff edition. The playoff episodes continue, right? This is the first time, actually. So ever since this is the third playoffs we've done since this channel has started. Wow, that's crazy. This is the third playoffs. So the first playoff we did. Wait, did we do a playoff or did we do the off season? Can't remember. Either way, if we did do the playoff in the first season, it would have been a 4-week thing. Cause when you make it to the second round, each round is 2 weeks, right? So this is the first time we're extending the podcast. So, big time salute to the boys in orange and blue for extending this podcast. And of course, this podcast is aimed at covering the Knicks 365, 7 days a week. Give me 50 minutes, even though we go live, it's a little bit longer, and I'll give you the Knicks. And so a lot to talk about, man. I mean, the news is just a lot going on. And then my computer, as I'm getting ready to start up the show, it wants to just start acting crazy. So big time salute to everybody in the building. We'll be talking about all the topics, all the hot topics that took place between May 12th and the 18th. Of course, as you know, during this stretch of time, we had a playoff series against the Boston Celtics, and we closed out the series against the defending champions. Salute to us for closing out the series against the defending champions. And honestly, the last time we closed out a series against the defending champions was the 1994 season. Hello, y'all. The 94 season when we beat the Bulls and we went to go play against the Houston Rockets, okay? So this is some major stuff going on. A lot riding on these playoffs. We're going to touch on some of the reasons why. But during this stretch, we won games 4 and 6 against the Celtics. And of course, we lost game 5, which I honestly thought that game 6 would be game 5 would be like game 6, I should say. So a lot going on. Before I start the show, I do want to give a big time salute to the New York Liberty, right? They had their season opener. They were let me tell you something. We are following the ladies, man. All right? You see that? I was going to wear this hat, but, we still in playoff mode, so I got to stick with the Knicks. But these ladies right here, boy, they setting the tone for New York City, man. This is the best team in New York City. And they had their season opener against the Las Vegas Aces and cooked them in the Barclays Center. And by the way, the Liberty, they got this girl now. Her name is Natasha Cloud. I think she was in Phoenix. Yo, she gets busy. Like, her handle off the dribble and she defends. Man, that girl's talented. I think that the Liberty going to get another championship. Also, we had a Subway series this week as well over the weekend. Salute to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. I had to let everybody know because in the Discord server, and I'll talk more about how you can get into the Discord server a little bit later, but I had to tell everyone that, yo, listen, we're not doing no Knicks, Mets, nothing right now, right? Because a lot of Knicks fans are Yankees fans, a lot of Knicks fans are Mets fans. We need to be together, all right? This is not the time to be arguing and throwing F-bombs and all that crazy stuff, man. And so, yeah, we agreed that we were going to have a truce, and we'll revisit the Yankees Mets stuff because I'm pretty sure they play again later on. So we'll revisit that at another time. Right now, we all together. And by the way, that was a nice series. And of course, the Yankees got the win. Salute to the Yankees and salute to the Mets, right? New York City salutes. We all on the same side right now, okay? Now, I'm going to jump into research mode, okay? And also, too, before I even proceed with that, definitely, y'all, check out a lot of the content. I've been dropping content every day, okay? It feels like I'm going live every day, but I got a lot of content. That's why you got to make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and hit the like button. I'm also going to chill for subscriber-only mode for now because we got a lot of ops, and I want the ops to come in, right? I want y'all to chat. So if you're a fan of another team, we had a Pacer fan call up on the call-up show. I'm not going to make it subscribe. I want everybody to come in. Now, I will be doing members-only shows, members-only live chats, but that's different. But like when I do my regular shows, I'm going to keep it open for everybody, okay? I'm trying to think of anything else. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you see all the shows. Tomorrow we'll be going live at this time, right? The pod shows be at noon. Excuse me for my tardiness. A lot of technical difficulties. But we will be doing the 10 reasons why we'll beat the Pacers show tomorrow at the same time. So that's why you got to make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications. Now, this podcast is also linked to a blog, which is it's a weekly digest, right? I was talking to Maxine, and she was like, "Yo, you know what you're doing is a weekly digest, right?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's a weekly digest. So basically, my job on this podcast is to document history. So I break down everything that happens week by week, and I put together all the hot topics, everything that happens, literally documenting everything that happens. All you got to do is go to thisweekinsidetheknicks.com every Monday. By the morning or afternoon time, you will see a new blog entry there. So when you go to thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, you'll see the homepage, bam, right? And then you just scroll down and you click on, bam, episode 4, May 12th to the 18th. And you'll see all the news sources from everything that I'm talking about today. All right. So there's a lot of special highlights, right? A lot of man, salute to the Knicks, yo. I'm still on cloud nine. I'm still on cloud nine. I mean, salute to everybody that was on the call-up show. Man, it was crazy. Man, it was crazy. By the way, I see some people in the building as well. I see Yuri. I see J-Tab. Yuri, you were one of the people in the Discord server talking about the Mets and Yankees. I had to tell you guys to relax. I see you, J-Tab. Salute to Mongo Slay. Uh-oh. Mongo Slay. Mongo, you a Lakers fan, right? Salute to Mongo in the building, man. I remember you from the Dagger Squad Sports days, man. Good to see you. And salute to everybody else that just joined Crazy Insane TV. Let's go. Mongo says, don't burn down the city. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm telling you right now, it's going to get crazier. With each round we advance, it's going to get crazy. And by the way, to all the Pacers fans in the house, listen, man, just don't disappear. That's all I'm asking. And listen, all the other teams felt my request. I said, don't disappear. They all disappeared. But anyway, let me keep it going, okay? So a lot of special highlights today. Jalen Brunson, okay? 8 playoff wins in 20 years. Knicks with Jalen Brunson, 21 playoff wins in 3 years. Did you hear me? The Knicks before Jalen Brunson, 8 playoff wins in 20 years. The Knicks only had 8 playoff wins in 20 years. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson, 21 wins in 3 years. Big time salute to the captain, man. By the way, you got the Captain 11 mug today, man. Shout out the objectiveknicksfan.com. Go get you one. Makes the drinks taste better when you drink from the Captain 11 mug. But I'm telling you right now, when I say that he is like a top 5 Knick all time, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. You cannot. He's bringing us back to the 90s era, and he's not doing it by himself, right? But he's literally bringing us back to where we were in our glory years as a franchise. So we're going to start there. Let me keep it moving. A lot of salutes. I got to give a big time salute to Josh Hart, right? New York City salute to Josh Hart. He's the first Knick to get a triple-double in the postseason since 1972. Like, guys, what is going on here? Us as Knick fans, we have every reason to be optimistic. Do not let them tell you otherwise. Do not let them tell you otherwise. I see the mighty OKC Thunder. I know I said I was worried about their defense. Let's see what happens. They got to get through Minnesota. We got to get through Indiana. But we're doing things that we hadn't seen in 30 years, in 50, 60 years, damn near. 50 years. Let's relax. Not 60. 50 years, right? So, Josh Hart, a lot of you guys wanted to take him out of the starting lineup. But once again, the reason why you had the 5th-ranked offense, and for much of the season, pre-All-Star break, you had the 3rd-ranked offense in basketball, and you was even at the number 2-ranked offense a lot of times, is because of Josh Hart and his playmaking ability. Josh Hart has been holding us down on the offensive side of the ball, but he doesn't only play offense, right? He can also rebound. His rebounding is fantastic. He's hustling. He's flying all over the place. He was one of the league leaders in deflection. Josh Hart is that dude, man. So him getting the triple-double, the first ever since 1972. That's just some historic stuff. I'm not done. Salute to OG Anunoby. New York City, salute to OG Anunoby, right? OG Anunoby versus Boston. He had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, leading the East in stocks this postseason. So he's the leader in the East in stocks. Salute to OG Anunoby. And by the way, what's up? What was the delay with the awards? I could have sworn by now we would get MVPs and all NBAs. I don't think it came out yet. Like, this brother needs to be first team all defense, right? So salute to OG Anunoby. I'm gonna keep moving fast a little bit. So salute to, who was that on the Knicks call-up show? Somebody, boy, I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. Anyway, somebody brought up the fact that James Dolan, our owner, the billionaire owner that a lot of people who don't like, and I'm going to talk more about James Dolan in a second, but he went viral, a clip of him giving the basketball to a fan. We could watch it. So this is James Dolan after a game or before a game. I think this was after the game. Yeah, this was the game ball from game 4. Okay, so after the game. And he sees the kid there, and he has the security guard give the game ball. And I think it was also signed by Brunson. Yeah. And he gives the game ball away to the kid at the thing. Salute to James Dolan for doing that. He did not have to do that. And especially because the reason why I'm going to give him extra props for doing this is because James Dolan has shied away from the limelight, right? He doesn't want to be in the limelight. He tells MSG to not film him at the games. So I don't think he did this just to, let me make a good look for myself for Knicks fans. Let me go see a little kid and give him a ball. I just think that, after game 4, that was a big win. Game 4 was like, when we won game 4, we felt like we was on top of the world, right? And, I just think this was a moment. It was a lot of moments, even game 6, a lot of moments that Knicks fans, honestly, just in the moment, just really embracing the moment, getting the most out of the moment. I mean, when we did the call-up show, it didn't even really hit me because I just couldn't get over the fact that we were beating these dudes by 40 points, the largest playoff blowout in Knicks history. Like, it's just too much historical stuff for this Knicks team, and I don't want any doubt from anybody, especially Knicks fans, right? Anybody else could doubt us. Let them doubt us. But Knicks fans, I don't want to hear it. Let's see. Jalen Brunson became the NBA's best performer. Let's see what they're talking about here. I mean, we know that Jalen Brunson is him. And you know what? I'm going to do a poll on that. Jalen Brunson, to me, all due respect to SGA, I'm going to say that Jalen Brunson and SGA is 1A and 1B right now, left in the playoffs. Jalen Brunson is that dude. And honestly, we're gonna see how this playoffs go. But he's looking like he's top 5 in the league right now. And yes, he's not doing it by himself. It's the entire cast of guys. With JB, I mean, he's the best clutch player in basketball by far. That's not a debate, and nor is not an opinion, right? JB has really taken this team's to another level, and his stardom cannot be denied. And I just love to see narratives disappear. He's a narrative crusher, and that's why I give JB all of the highlights. But yeah, he's the best performer in the playoffs for sure, without a doubt. And you might want to argue SGA, especially what he was able to do to Jokic, pretty impressive. But yeah. So let's see. I also got here Josh Hart. Big time salute to Josh Hart. He actually was the minutes leader, and he got the award for it. Let me see if I get an image of it. So salute to Josh Hart for getting the minutes award. And Josh Hart says, I think it's my second most important trophy for Tibbs, and I think it's the second most important trophy for Tibbs in his career. The first is his championship. The second is my trophy. So salute to Josh Hart for getting the trophy. I thought I had an image of him. Never mind. I'm gonna keep it pushing though, because I'm gonna move pretty fast. Get through all these special highlights, and I'm gonna say what's up to a couple of people in the building. And if you just joined, this is This Week Inside the Knicks, episode 4 of the 2025 playoffs. I'll be covering all the hot topics from all the hot topics that took place throughout this week. These are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about on the screen in the top left corner, right? We talk about the Knicks Hicks history, right? That's the flagship topic of the show. Why does history say the Knicks have the edge in this series, right? I'm going to touch on that and more topics here. So I'm moving a little fast. You could comment in the chat. I'm going to get to the comments in a second. And let's see where was I. I was at Josh Hart. He got the minutes award. Maybe the image is here. No, it's not. Okay, it's fine. Keep it moving. Oh, well, I got the ESPN article. I think this is where the image was of him getting the award. Should be somewhere here. It's not? Okay. I'm just gonna move on. All right. JB, top playoff performer. This is what I wanted to get to earlier. Jalen Brunson moved up 14 spots in the all-time scoring list. Big time salute to Jalen Brunson. Some of the players he left behind was the great Earl the Pearl Monroe. Salute to Earl the Pearl Monroe, back in the days, 1970s crew. Joel Embiid, Vlade Divac, Jack Sycamore. I remember Jack Sycamore. Not that I saw him in real time, but I saw his highlights. And Amari Stoudemire. Salute to the Brunson burner for moving up on the playoff list. I mean, these are some great names that he passed. I mean, some staples in the NBA community. Jalen Brunson is a hooper, man. I mean, he is a superstar. I don't care what they say, how they want to diminish him. He is the best thing to happen to New York City since Patrick Ewing. Sorry, Melo. I love Melo. Big time salute to Melo. This brother right here is the best thing since Ewing. And I don't think that's a debate. Keep it moving. Let's see. Oh, a big time salute to a fan that he won something. He drained the half court shot. So what game was this? Had to be game 3. No, this was game 4. So a fan, he hit a half court shot and got $1,000, right? And salute to the fan getting money. Hey, I want to salute anybody getting money, especially in the Garden, right? He said, I think it's when luck meets opportunity. If you're preparing and grinding when the opportunity comes your way, you're ready for it. And he says, Knicks are going to win on Wednesday night, and we're going to the conference finals. Salute to the fans, man. I'm going to get more to the fans. Y'all literally, I mean, took over Broadway after the game. I'm going to touch on that. Oh, my God. Yeah, salute the Knicks fans, man. I mean, listen, man. We deserve it. Our time is now. We suffered a lot, especially to all the guys that go back to back in the days. You guys know there was a lot of suffering and pain and trauma as Knicks fans. And it's good to see us, you know, making history and doing things that are showing that we have changed our ways. Let's see. I got the Josh Hart. Talked about Josh Hart. Talked about Brunson. And also, okay, this is on a serious note. I do want to give a big time salute to Jason Tatum. He had what appeared to be successful season injury surgery after he tore his right Achilles in game 4. You know, we don't want to see nobody hurt. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Duke Blue Devils guy, But Jason Tatum, I'm glad that, you know, he had the successful surgery, and I hope he returns soon because I want to beat Boston at their best. I know I got I got smoke coming for the Celtics, but it's not towards Jason Tatum. We don't preach you know, hurting players and seeing players hurt. We want everybody to be at their 100%, so when we beat them, we could really bask in the glory. But, and I'm going to do an unfiltered thought on this, I don't want to hear anybody tell me that, oh, the reason why you beat Boston is because Tatum was hurt. I'm going to do an unfiltered thought for the members. So anytime anybody wants to tell you, right, that Tatum is the reason why we won, I'm going to go through it. I got a list. It's a crazy list I'm going to go through. This might be the longest unfiltered thought I ever did. And I'm going to really break down why that's nonsense, okay? So be on the lookout for that, channel members. All right, so I just had to get that salute and prayers to Tatum. Because honestly, that really bothered me. And yes, I was elated over the victory, but it kind of took some of the edge off the victory because I'm like, damn, the brother got hurt. You know, and I really want them at their best because I really believe that we could beat them at their best. By the way, salute to everybody in the building. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you're feeling the content, definitely hit the subscribe button. And hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications. Also, hit the like button too, because that helps the algorithm. We need the algorithm to go crazy. And then if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. A little bit later, I'll explain what you get when you join the channel. A lot of perks, okay? Let me see who's in the chat. Salute to J-Tab again. Knicks in -5. That's a good one. Knicks in -5. Let me turn this down a little bit. That's a good one. I like that. Let me see. Esco. Salute to Esco. Tatum will come back like KD did. Yeah. I think so. Because Gil Arena, he said that the reason why KD's career wasn't hampered is because it wasn't his jumping leg. Right? It was on his opposite jumping leg. So same thing with Tatum. Can't remember what his jumping leg is, or hold on, let me see if I pull it up right quick. Lower body, drove to the baseline. Which leg was it? Doesn't matter. Either way, the injury that occurred on Tatum's leg is not his main leg. So yeah. Let me see who else is in the building. J-Tap said SGA has been average in the playoffs. Okay, fair point. I just want to be... To me, a lot of the numbers are down, right? I think Jokic is probably the only one who had crazy numbers. But everybody's... And except Brunson, of course. But everybody's numbers were down. But I think that it's safe to say 1A, 1B. I mean, if you want to give the edge to Brunson, fine. I'm not going to argue against it. I'm not going to argue against it at all. With the HRM the Great. Dolan did that a few times. Okay. That's what's up. I mean, hey, man, look. One thing I'm going to say is this, man. Sometimes you just can't go by what the media tells you about somebody, right? Sometimes you got to do your own digging and just look at things, you know, get your own perspective where you're not just going with the narrative, right? We could read news articles, or you see I do that all day, every day. But it's another to follow the narrative. Give me the evidence as to why you feel the way you feel instead of just chastising people. Yuri says, will he kill people to give credit to the Knicks? Ooh, good point, Yuri. HRM Great New York Basketball is posting all the quotes from today's media day. Okay. That's what's up. I gotta check that. Because I didn't get to read nothing this morning. I was locked into what I'm preparing for this podcast. Red Hot Knicks Talk says Knicks in -6. Okay. Or is that greater than 6? No, yeah, minus. Wait, greater than. So 5 is greater than, yeah. So that's 5 greater than. Yeah, 5 greater than. 6 greater than. Okay. Okay, you put a type. Okay, I get what you're saying now, though. A lot of narratives, Yuri. Right. Let me see if any other good comments. Keep the comments coming, guys. I will read your comments in the midst of going through all these takes here. Yuri, where are the Boston fans? That's what I want to know. Where did they go? Dog growls. Where did they go? Hold on. Soundboard bugging out. Where did they go? They disappeared. I don't know. So I'm not going to spend too much time reviewing the games. We did win, like I said, through this stretch, we won games 4 and 6, and then we lost game 5. And some of the things that happened in Game 6 that I do want to touch on. I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about Game 6 on the call-up show. Also, if you're on TikTok, get at me on TikTok, The Objective Knicks Fan. I do game reviews. I do like 3-minute game review clips where I break down like, as much as I can in that period of time. So you can also see that if you want to see what my honest thoughts on the game was. I mean, honestly, it was a complete wash. Tommy Bear says the last time the New York Knicks won a series clincher at MSG was June 99, which is crazy. The Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2000. That's the last time they was there. Game 6 tonight is unequivocally the most consequential game of the Knicks franchise has played this century. Do you guys agree? And you know what? That's a poll right there. I don't know why I didn't do that. Let's see. So by the way, you know what? I want to do a poll too. I want to do a poll because I have a question. This whole thing just reminded me of something. Hold on, let me jump out of research mode. I'm gonna do a poll. So the game that's on Friday. Now you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do another poll. I was gonna ask you guys, do you prefer? You know what? I'm gonna ask it. Screw it. It's not gonna hurt. So the poll that I'm getting ready to write, guys, is: do you guys prefer the live play-by-plays or do you prefer the post game? So I'm curious to know which show, which type of show you guys prefer, and because I might switch up some things. Because I like doing the live play-by-plays, but the post games are good too. I just can't do both. So I'm gonna ask this question. I'm typing it right now. Which do you prefer? The live play-by-play, or do you guys prefer post-game call-ups? Post-game call-up. All right. So vote for this poll. Just trying to do some research to see what you guys prefer. All right. So hold on. Now, start poll. Okay, cool. So the poll is in the chat right now. So get your vote on, all right? Let me jump back into research mode. So also that poll, most consequential game of the century. I'm gonna probably do that poll tomorrow. Okay, cool. Let me move. So a couple other things from this game I want to touch on. Let's see. Kristaps Porzingis gave us our props. I'm not gonna give him a New York City salute. I'm just gonna say salute to Kristaps Porzingis. I can't salute nobody who didn't want to be a Knick, who didn't want to be here. It's hard for me in my heart, mind, body, and soul to be like, salute to you, Kristaps. When you asked to be traded, I don't really give a damn about Phil and the reasoning why. The bottom line is you asked to be traded. So, but he did say that the New York Knicks fans are unbelievable. He showered us with praise, right? Let's see if I get the exact quote. The support from the Knicks fans was through the roof tonight and all throughout the playoffs. Unbelievable fans, unbelievable city, and there's a side of me that's very, very happy for them. I almost gave a salute. I'm not. You still an op, man. But hey, let's try to read through this. Does this mean potentially that KP, does he miss New York? Does he want to come back to New York? I mean, I don't want him back. Why? So he could miss half of the year? Maybe if you get KP for the low. I mean, this year, upcoming years will be his last, year on his deal. Maybe do we consider bringing him in as an extra backup center? I don't know. But, salute to KP, though. I do appreciate him saluting the fans because even though when we drafted him initially, we wasn't rocking with him, but once he became a Knick and, he was in the fold, he got nothing but love. So I got to give a big time salute to KP. I almost gave him the salute, too. I'm going to move forward. Definitely going to move forward. Some more from this game I want to touch on. I want to get to you crazy fans. Now, how many of you fans was outside of Game 6? How many of you guys were out? Who was at Game 6? All right, you guys went crazy. Now, I was looking for the reports. I didn't see it nowhere, because I think it was Moses on the call-up show. He said that we were beating up Celtic fans. Is that true? Was Knicks fans outside beating up Celtic fans? Does anyone have footage of that? Because I didn't really see it nowhere. Not that I really was looking for it, because I don't want to see people getting beat up. I don't do sports to fight. You know, I do sports to have fun and live life, and because ball is life, literally. So I'm not trying to fight you over no basketball, bro. So I don't really care to, to do all the groundbreaking research. But did you guys see that? I'm curious to know. Let me see. So, reveling fans took over 7th Avenue, surrounding streets, and pushing down. I saw a 30-minute video with fans pushing the police barricade down. I mean, out of control. I get it. I'm not going to knock the fans. Go crazy. This is like a once in a lifetime experience. Will we be back here next year? I hope so. You just never know the way things happen. So you got to revel in the moment, man. I mean, I seen, like I said, pushing at the police barricade, rushing Mitchell Robinson's car. Hold on, I'm gonna show you images from that in a second. But here's some quotes. I'm a diehard Knicks fan my whole life, said Quentin Walls, 37, talking about ever since the Allen Houston days, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson. Salute to that, man. Those were the days, boy. I never got the chance to experience this. This is the first time in my life. It might be the last time. We don't know. But right now, we're going to take it. Let's go, Knicks fans. Going crazy out there. Going crazy. Look at this. On top of the ads. We got fans on top. You know where this is at? Do you guys know where these billboards is? You got fans on top of the ad, bro. Straight. Salute to the Knicks fans just going wow. And you know what I like too? Yeah, I did see some people get arrested, but they probably wasn't taken to the station. They just probably like took them out of the area. The police was very understanding. They was letting the people rock because they know Knicks fans are just happy. They're not really trying to commit no real crimes, right? The police is just trying to make sure it doesn't get too crazy, right? And the man, yeah, that's on top of an SUV. Let me see if I could blow it up. Let's see. Yeah, this was on top of an SUV, man. This is the scene, man. Don't drive down that block. Don't drive down that block. I tell you that much. Wild scene, man. I mean, the fans really took over, and like I said, the police was allowing it to rot. As long as it didn't get too crazy. I appreciate the police for allowing the fans to get it off. And then Timothy Chalamet, he was out there with the fans. This dude name always comes up, but this is him right there out of his SUV. Fans going crazy. Now, this street right here is what I'm talking about with the barricades where fans was pushing, because this is where like the celebrities and the players leave through. So, the fans was just bum rushing it. They was like, screw that. We want to be close to everybody. And like I said, nobody got harmed. Just Knicks fans, it's New York City, man. You know what I'm saying? New York is aggressive like that, But yeah, this kid right here, he's a big time actor. That's him giving Towns a pound. He was outside. Let me keep it moving. Let's see what else I got. Let's see. See if I got the Mitchell Robinson clip. Oh, this is the Celtic bus too. Let's see. Dude, we got the clip here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we got the clip. I'll play the clip. Look. So this is the Celtics bus, y'all. See if I can pull it up. This is the Celtics bus. Knicks fans going crazy out there. Bye. Bye, and take your stupid fans with you. Like I said, I didn't see no images of the fans getting beat up. Yuri, I see you in the chat. Do you got any clips of the fans beating up the people? Because I didn't see it. And I watched I had to watch at least an hour worth of material, like from different like creators that put up the content out there. I'm definitely gonna be I can't do the standing outside. I can't do the standing outside, but I want to go to one of the watch parties. Like if they do the inside the garden or something like that, I'm definitely going to go to one of those games for the Eastern Conference Finals for sure. I'll let you guys know which one I want to go to. Let's see. Oh, and oh my God, this was my favorite clip. This right here was my favorite clip. Hold on. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Brian Windhurst, I don't got the sound, but the fan, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all saw this. This footage is crazy. Even Windhurst had to laugh. So basically, I'm a translate. The fan was asking Windhurst, hey, what about your Knicks pick? You know what I'm saying? Like, you dropped the ball with that, right? So he said, why did you pick the Celtics? Windhurst about to play. He said, I don't give a damn what he just completely like overtalked Windhurst. And then he called him the P word too. I ain't going to say it because, this is a family show, but you can put it to your imagination what the P word is. But Windhurst, I think he took it like a champ, And I was happy to see Windhurst get some of the the smoke and the fire. I don't have the Mitchell Robinson one here. There's another clip too with Mitchell Robinson. They surrounded his SUV. And also Precious Achiuwa. I'm waiting to put out the Precious Achiuwa story, right? Because remember I told you the story of a guy who I met that was telling me about Precious free agent plans. I'm gonna repost that clip. But honestly, y'all, he's a New York guy. And I don't got the images of it, I don't think. No, I don't got it here. But Precious Achiuwa was outside. He was outside by himself, dapping up the fans. Salute to Precious Achiuwa, man. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's going to mean he's going to be back. But I'm just saying. Let's see. Oh, by the way, we got a super chat from Juan Rivera. Salute to Juan. If that's the same Juan that from the call-up show, salute to you, Ron. They threw trash bags at Pacers fans. Okay, we could live with that. But beating the people up, I don't like that. I don't like the beating the people up. I think that come on, we got a little bit more class in New York City. Salute to Fritz. He says KFTV is doing game one at Slate. Oh, salute to them. Okay, game one at Slate. When is game one is Wednesday, right? Yeah, I can't because I'm supposed to be doing a post game show on Wednesday, so I'm not gonna be able to make that. That's lit. Salute to them. Yuri, I know Yuri wanted me to do another watch party. Listen, if I do a watch party, are y'all gonna come out, man? I could do a watch party, but it's like, I don't know, man. Y'all ain't come outside last time. I had people fill out the RSVPs. They ain't showing up. I don't know, man. What we could do is probably meet at the MSG one. If you want to do a watch party with me, we'll probably meet at the MSG one. But salute to them doing one at Slate. Let me see. Juan Rivera, $2. Super chat. Halliburton, Halle. Halle Berry. Halitosis. Nixon 5. Let's go. I'm riding. Yo, listen. I'm riding with. Look, I'm saying Nixon 6 because I got to be the objective fan. But you guys could be regular fans. Y'all could go out there and, and pick who you want. Let me see. I think that's all I'm going to get to with Game 6. The fans went crazy. I think the city, the magic of the city, sparked by you guys is what put us over the top. HRM the Great says, channel member, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. He says, Bill Simmons and the other clown were bashing Knicks fans like those people represent all of us. Okay. But do you guys got the footage of it? That's what I want to see. Vaughn, you said you got the clips? Put the clips in the Discord server. I'm not going to play it because I'm not going to put violence on the screen. But I just want to see it for myself. So if anybody in the Discord server, if y'all got it, I didn't mean to open it up. But if y'all got it, put it in the server. All right. So Sam, put it in the server. Okay, I see you put a link there. I'm gonna check that out. Sam. But if you could put it in the Discord, that'd be great too. Yeah, I mean, listen, we got bad people everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? But I just feel like overall, Boston fans are just crazy. Okay? Them dudes are just crazy. Okay? By the way, you know what? Before I continue, I want to show you guys something. So you guys see how I always got the fresh collection of hats over here, right? You like any one of these hats, right? you could find a discount link on the blog. Okay. All you got to do is when you get there, you click on discounted official Knicks merch, or you click on cool Knicks hats, right? Either way you go, it's going to take you there. Bam. All the hats here at a discounted price exclusively on thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. You go there, click on discounted merch. I got all types of stuff there. I got mostly hats, but a lot of the hats that I got the discount links right here on the blog. Okay? The same website that we on right now, thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. Just so you guys can check it out. Because people be asking me about my hats all the time. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to put them on the blog. So I got a place I could send them. Especially this hat right here. This is my favorite joint right here. This joint right here. This is we call it it's an independent brand. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for you. These guys right here, Ultra Game. I always butcher now. Listen, if you guys don't know me by now, I'm bad with names. But the Ultra Game, these hats are fire. And like I said, all the hats are at affordable prices, by the way. So just go to the blog, click the link, and I'll get you right. That's if you're interested in the hats. Let me keep the train moving. So I talked about Game 6. I didn't get to the flagship yet. We will talk about the Pacers. I'm working my way there. Let's see. How are we on time? There's some playoff stuff I wanted to touch on, like other playoff news. Just the preview, since we're going to get to the Pacers in a second, but this right here is a list of the Final Four team. Yo, it's so cool to see the Knicks in the Final Four, bro. New York City, we did it. We did it. And by the way, vote in the poll too. You know, I want to know which you guys. I got a poll on the actual chat. Which do you prefer, the live play-by-play or the post-game call-up? I put post-game twice. It's fine. You know what I mean. The post-game call-up. Okay. I want to know which one do you prefer. But anyway, big time salute to New York City, right? Of course, the last time we made it to the conference finals. Well, the last time we went to the finals was 1999. But the last time we won the championship was in 1973. Pacers only went to the finals one time. And unfortunately, that's when they beat us. We'll touch more on that. OKC, 2000, because they were the Sonics. So they went there in 2012. The last one in 1979. And Minnesota's never been there. You know, listen, the league, if there's a time, listen, I'm not asking for no cheat codes, but I'm just saying if I'm the NBA, this is the time to make it where the team that's never been there, Minnesota, meets the team that hasn't been there in the longest. Well, Indiana's never won it, but we haven't been there in the longest. They should give us, right, the matchup in the finals. Just saying, you know, not that we scared of OKC, but, you know, just saying. Let me keep it moving. Hold on. Keep it moving. Where was I at? Okay, cool. Let me just close these tabs to the right. All right, cool. So, playoff stuff. Let's see. More playoff stuff. And like I said, all this articles here on the blog too. You know, some stuff I might skip over that you might see. I mean, it's a lot of stuff here. It's a lot of news. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. Is this the Knicks' best chance to win it? Now that we got past the Celtics? I want to say this, and oh boy. Anyway, this is a good read. If you got the Post Plus, I'm just not lost. This is the wrong account I'm in, but this is a good read if you want to read it. I want to touch on the best chance though. Like, when you really think about it, right? When you really think about it, we never beat Jordan, right? We did beat the Bulls, but we never beat Jordan. When we beat the Bulls back in 94, right? That was our year to win. I mean, a lot of people had us as a favorite to win against Hakeem the Dream and them guys. We was up 3-2. Imagine if some of those other Knicks teams from the 90s got the opportunity to do what we did. Because I know they're not Jordan. I know Tatum and them guys are not Jordan. Relax. But they are like a Michael Jordan to us in this era. Not that they're Jordan. They ain't got the accolades. Relax. I'm just saying, like, we got past We did something that the 90s teams didn't get a chance to do, which is actually beat their Michael Jordan, which is the great Michael Jordan. But the Boston Celtics have dominated the Eastern Conference. We wasn't even fortunate enough to get to them prior to this year. Now that we got to them and we beat them, honestly, man, I really do think that we have a real shot to win it all. I'm giving us the same chances we got in 94 because all of the top dogs is gone, right? Besides OKC, but they still got another round. So, and they've never been there, right? So it's a lot that can happen, man. Do not give yourself a chance. Like I always say, one thing guys know, I said on this podcast, we got to give ourselves a chance. Oh yeah, this is funny. I gotta do this. New York, the Knicks Cinderella run has even the rival Net fans donning orange or blue. Ooh, New York or nothing. Salute to the Net fans, right? That's rocking the orange and blue. Have you seen any Net fans rocking with the Knicks? Honestly, I'm gonna say this. My man Ill Will, who actually came on the call-up show early on, he ain't rocking with the Knicks. So I haven't seen it. If you guys know any Net fans that switched up to the Knicks, I haven't seen it. And any more playoff stuff. PJ Tucker, okay. PJ Tucker, he's helping the Knicks in many ways without playing a single game. One of the things that PJ Tucker emphasized was the communication. He helped with communication. He felt like the guys wasn't communicating with each other. They would communicate with him, but he created the landline or the lines of communication for guys to, let each other know, yo, you missed that assignment, right? Or this, watch the switch or this. And communication is a key. And you know what? I got to give a salute to Trevor because I remember when I asked that question on the call-up show. I can't remember which call-up show it was. But I remember Trevor said that the reason why he thinks the 3-point defense is lacking is because they're not communicating. And PJ Tucker comes in and he enhances the communication. Also, he's a champion, so he has that grit, that tough mentality, especially that New York City needs. And I think that, that was the brilliant signing by Leon Rose. Once again, the guy who was snubbed for GM of the year. Also, Jalen Brunson, Captain 11. We got the mugs. I'm going to show you guys the store in a second. Okay. Got the mugs. Salute the captain. This is one of his Mr. Miyagi moments. Once again, this is a good read. I'm not logged in, so. Basically, he was just trying to say we hadn't done anything yet. And us as fans, we could get hyped, but he's so locked into the mission that, like, his level of focus, like, in Game 5 when we lost, because I don't have time to touch on Game 5, but when he fouled out, he gave this look like, you guys, this series is over. So get your cheers in, get your laughs in, and he just had this look of, I don't know, death, or it just was a look of cold-blooded, man. And Jalen Brunson, that dude is a problem. And listen, I'm gonna tell you guys now, I got 10 reasons, right? I'm putting together. The Knicks are gonna beat the Pacers, man. And I have no doubt in my mind. When you see the presentation I put on tomorrow, make sure you guys are here at the same time tomorrow. I'm doing the 10 reasons. Yo, I just can't wait. But this brother right here, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Some Eastern Conference, some Pacers stuff. Now I'm gonna get into some Pacers stuff, and then we'll get into Flagship. So now we're getting close to Flagship, guys. By the way, keep the votes coming. I'm gonna check the tally because I got a poll in the chat. Which do you prefer, the live play-by-plays or the post-game shows? Let me see what you guys talking about. HR on the Great says 73 to 96 equal 26 years. Uh-oh, come on, we doing the math? 99 to 25, 26 years, full circle? Oh, my God. Yo, you dropped that. Hold on. You dropped that. I'm going to read that again. HRM the Great, salute to him, channel member, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. He says, from 1973 to 99, 26 years. Follow the math. 99 to 25, 26. No, 25, 26 years. Full circle. Do the math. Prayer emojis. Salute to you, HRM the Great. I'm riding with you. Knicks will be champs says 26 years passed between the Knicks' last title in 1973 and their finals appearance in 99. Okay. Do same math. HRM said we on the same vibe. How y'all put that in the same? Y'all sure y'all didn't coordinate that in the Discord? I think y'all might have coordinated that in the Discord, HRM and Knicks will be champs. Nick Chat says, Tori, I'm a Cowboy fan 2 years ago. Went to the game in Philly with the family in Cowboys gear. Okay. Salute to Nick Shack. Well, Nick Shack, why are you a Cowboys fan? That's a whole nother question right there. Nick Shack says Pacers 5-man bench doesn't have the have advantage on the floor over our 2-man bench and 3 starters. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think the bench is as much of a big deal as people make it, because right now, mostly all the teams, maybe except OKC, I think they use their bench a little bit more too. Minnesota probably goes with an 8-man. You know, different teams have different strategies. I think that right now you're playing for your life, so there's no rest. I don't care about bench. It's about the 5 that's on the floor. Can they get the job done? And if you can't get the job done, we got to sub you out. But yes, I think Mitchell Robinson is showing why he's probably the best bench player left. Right? And it has nothing to do with just scoring and stats. It has everything to do how he impacts the game, especially on the defensive end. No one has a weapon on defensive end off the bench like we do with Mitch. No team brings in a dude that your defense, all the plus minus goes up, right? Mitchell Robinson is just an X factor. Deuce McBride is finally hitting his stride, and he's experienced. He's been here. You know, he's one of the longest tenure Knicks, so he knows what the gritty playoff basketball is like. He knows what Coach Tibbs' system is like. He also plays really good defense. So, hey, something to that. Okay, you put it in the Discord. I'm going to check that out. I don't want to put that on the screen. Sam, I'm going to check it out. Definitely going to check it out. Thank you for putting it in the Discord, though. Let me see. Nick Shaq says, Giant fans, when we go 95% fun banter. One time out of the 12 games, did we get attacked? And it was an old idiot. Okay. Good point. Didn't in Miami 3 kids get killed? Really? In Miami? Whoa. I don't know. That's crazy. Damn, people getting killed over sports games? Nah, that's different, bro. I don't want to ever get to that point where I've got to kill somebody over sports. All right, so let's see. So some of this Pacers stuff. Knicks get the chance for Pacers revenge. Definitely we got a chance at the revenge, and I think we will get it. Right now, the Pacers, they're 5-3 in the playoff matchups. So we got to get it close. We win this series, we get it to 4-5. So yes, revenge is in order. Let's see. Knicks fans reaching for the mute button. This is why I want to do the live play-by-play. I don't want to influence the vote, but they got, according to Daily Knicks, this brother right here, Reggie Miller, he's going to be calling game 1. And unfortunately, why we have to get the TNT draw? Why we couldn't go on ABC or ESPN? Why we got to be on TNT? Now I got to listen to Shaq, Bloviate, and hate, and oh yeah, the Pacers gonna get that win. I don't know if he picked the Pacers, but I'm just saying he don't like the Knicks, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did pick the Pacers. But now we gotta just fair warning, guys. Reggie Miller's gonna be calling the games. But didn't we win when Reggie Miller called the game last year? I take it. Knicks Pacers, let's see. Wait, where I'm at? I'm at Pacers, right? I talked about Brunson's Mr. Miyagi. Most important player in the series. I think everybody's important, but Daily Nick says Cat is the most important player in the series. I think everybody's. You're going to need all 5 guys to win. You're going to need all 5 guys to win because if the Pacers, well, I'm gonna touch more on that tomorrow. But I don't know. I don't like the one guy narrative. I think all 5 have to be great. They all gotta perform. They all got an advantage. And I'm gonna talk more about that tomorrow. So make sure you hear. I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why we beat the Pacers. Right now, I'm just previewing the series and the game. And you know what? Let's just pull up ESPN really quickly. Let's go to the games. I don't know why that article is always the article that pops up when I go here. Weird. So I'm gonna go to game 1. Right now we are the favorite to entering the series. I think we were a minus 150, 160 when I last checked it. And to win game 1, we are minus 4.5. So we're a favorite. Not that that means anything or everything, but we're a favorite. Both teams are healthy. And these playoffs are survival of the fittest. Definitely gonna talk about more of that tomorrow. But this is what to expect. Bring in your A game. Let me see. The 27th is a Tuesday. Okay, that'll be a post-game show. 29th, game 5 that's a Thursday. Okay, that could be another post-game show. I'm trying to see how I could mix in the live play-by-plays. But anyway, so this is what we're dealing with here, right? And let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, these are the odds. I put the odds up, so just make sure I'm 100% on that. Yeah, so 150, right? Minus 150. Pacers plus 125. Not the biggest, favorite, but still a favorite nonetheless. I take that. Take those odds. And I'm gonna jump right into Flagship. There's some more hot topics I wanted to get into. Oh, you know what? I got a video I just dropped on this. Why the Knicks snub Stephen A. Smith? Go watch this video. I dropped this yesterday, right? Dropping content every day. So you guys got to make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, right? So you guys could make sure you see all the content, right? And I'm going to jump right into Flagship. But before I do, I definitely, because Maxine's going to be mad if I don't. So I want to show you guys the merch, okay? I want to show you guys the merch. And the merch I'm talking about is these items right behind me, okay? Bam, okay? Bodega Cat shirt, Captain 11. I got t-shirts too, not just hoodies, right? But that's just a sample of how it looks. I'm gonna go right to the store. Go check it out, man. And the cool thing about being a channel member, you actually get a discount on the merch. But the merch is already reasonably priced. This is the Bodega Cat mug. Everybody love the Bodega Cat mugs, right? Click on the mug. Bam. All right. This is a tribute to Cat balling out. Bodega Cat. You know he's a lion, not a pussy cat. And then we got the Captain 11 joints. These right here selling really well. Everybody love the Captain 11 joints because they got the New York City skyline inside the Captain. So you could go check out the shop. Shop.theobjectiveknickfan.com. Shop.thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. Even if you're on thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, right? You could go and scroll all the way up and it'll take you, just click shop. I could show you. That was a poor demonstration. Hold on. So look, when you go to thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, you click on shop, bam, it takes you right there. So, and like I said, we got some cool stuff. I even got the This Week Inside the NYK mugs, just to give that some love. All right. That's what this podcast is. And by the way, this is episode 4 of the 2025 playoffs. I'm going through a lot of topics. Get ready to get inside to Flagship topic. And let me just make sure I'm on point. All right. Talked about game 6. Talk about the ops. I'm going to get to the ops in a second. Okay, cool. So yeah, good. All right. So I'm about to move the Flagship set, guys, but I want to show you guys the merch, man. Very easy, very cool. And like I said, channel members get a discount. So I'm jumping into Flagship. Let me just close all these tabs. Pow. All right. Scroll down. I'm gonna try to get. There's one hot topic I gotta get into. Okay, cool. So, Flagship topic. We're gonna talk about the Knicks and Pacers. I honestly believe that See if I get this article. Okay, cool. I honestly believe that history has shown us why the Knicks has the advantage in this series. Okay? History have shown us why the Knicks have the edge in this series. So what does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Why does history matter? I'm going to take you guys on a brief memory lane trip. For the guys who haven't seen it and for the guys who've been there, just a refresher course. 94 Knicks, right? We won the series 4-3. And the crazy part about the Pacers series, and this is the only reason why I'm like, okay, let me be more reserved in my takes, because most of the time the series goes 6-7 games. You rarely would see a Knicks Pacers series end in a sweep or a 5 games. Right? Most of the time it's a battle. I mean, it's this genuine hate. Like, let me tell you something. It's like football. Football has the perfect example, bro. Division rivals are real. Like, all right, so you could have a team, right? Let's use the Jets in them, because I'm a Jets fan. I rock with the Giants too. Salute to the Giants. Salute to the Jets. No hate, no rivalries, right? Big up to both teams. So let's say the Jets is trash, right? Jets is bad. You got the Buffalo Bills, who's a team I can't hate. That's where the New York love, the team I hate, that's where the New York love stops for me. Okay? I don't rock with the Bills. Sorry. Anyway, so let's say the Bills is first place, the Jets is last place. Jets and Bills got a game. Don't matter what the record is, the Jets is a live dog in that series, that game. Because no matter what your record is, you know a division rival gonna go hard like it's the Super Bowl. That is the Super Bowl. Is a division game. So that's kind of what the Knicks and Pacers rivalry is. It's like, 94, even though the Knicks was the favorite to win this series, right? And I'm going to touch on why that's important in a second. But a lot of you guys may remember Reggie Miller, right? He flipped the series on his head in game 5, right? He had the shocker trash talking, right? With Spike Lee's listen, man, Spike. Hey, man. Well, they ain't got Reggie Miller, so I'm having flashbacks. Because back in the day, I would say, Spike, leave Reggie alone. But Reggie's not there. So Spike, do your thing. But in the moment, I'm like, leave him alone, okay? Leave Reggie alone. Anyway, so that was the game when he was trash talking, and then Reggie Miller went crazy. He had 39, and they won game 5, had a 3-2 lead. Knicks had to come back, force a game 7, and then Ewing put the series home. So even though the Knicks were a favorite to win, right? It's funny, right? It's like even last year, the Knicks were a favorite to win. We were up 3-2, lost the series, right? But this time around, the Pacers were up 3-2. We came back to win the series. So a 3-2 lead is not safe in these Pacers-Knicks. So anyway, cool. So that's the 94 series, right? This is important. I'm going to come back to 94. 99, okay? We won this series as well. Now, in 99, we weren't the favorites. Remember, we were the AFC Knicks. Just upsetting the apple cart. Got the Miami Heat up out of here. The game I didn't watch. Like I told you, I went to the basketball game. I said, screw the Knicks. I wasn't rocking with the Knicks. I was like, we done, right? AFC, we ain't got no shot. Boy, was I wrong, okay? And then they made that run, went to the conference finals, right? And we was underdog, AFC, right? However, Ewing was lost for the rest of the postseason in game 2. Once again, health. We're gonna talk more about that tomorrow. When he suffered the partial tear of his Achilles in game 3 with the series even at 1. Larry Johnson, big time, the 4-point play, which I called in real time. Yes, I did, and we went on to win this series. That year, honestly, I feel like 99 was the year we should have won the championship. Ewing health. All right, that was 99. 2000, the last hurrah, okay? The Pacers were on fire, 56-win Pacers, favorite to reach the NBA Finals, right? And they got ousted. They ousted the Knicks in 6 games. Once again, even though the Knicks were hobbled, and this was like Ewing's last leg, literally, look at Ewing. I mean, big old Ewing right here. Salute to Ewing. No hate, but I'm just saying the time was over, right? Miller played the villain again, had 34 points, including 17 in the final quarter, and that was Ewing's final game as a Knick. So why am I going through history? What does history teach us about the Knicks and Pacers? One, I'm not trying to change you guys in the chat. You know, if you got Knicks in 5, stick with it. I'm not telling you to not pick that. I'm just telling you why I'm the objective fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I deal with evidence, right? I deal with information. I look at stats. I deal with all of it, and I watch the games, right? And I watch the games. Keyword, watch the games. I'm not a box score warrior. So this is all important because I think history will repeat itself. If you notice something about these 3 games here, right? These 3 series, right? In 2 of the 3 games, the favorite team won the series. The favorite team won the series. Okay? Now, and we're talking conference finals. Now, the first, second round, different, right? The other times we played the Pacers, cool. There's different scenario. I'm talking about high stakes environment. I'm going to go back to 94. Remember, this year to me, 2025, and 2004, for all my numbers people in the chat, very, very like eerily similar. With the exception of, I think the Knicks was the first seed in 94, right? Okay. Or they were a higher seed maybe. Fine. No problem. Bottom line is, the key to the comparison is that Jordan is gone. Bulls, defending champions. We beat them. Jordan is gone. Tatum, he got hurt game 4. Well, you know, he missed game 5, 6, whatever. He was there for most of the series. We beat him with Tatum. Don't let them give you that excuse. Bottom line is, Tatum Celtics, defending champions, out of here. 94 is the last time the Knicks beat a defending champion. Let that sink in. Comparison. Defending champions, you beat them, go to the finals. Now, I'm not saying Tatum is Jordan. Okay, I'm not saying Tatum is Jordan. Relax. What I am saying is that the Boston Celtics clearly have been the dominant team in the Eastern Conference. I got another unfiltered thought I'm going to do about Boston and crushing them. We literally may have gotten rid of the Celtics. We know in 94 was a temporary, looking at it from the future, looking backwards, we know Jordan came back, but at the time, Jordan was gone, and then he did come back. But in 99, to me, which was our time to shine, just Ewing got hurt, no Jordan. So we got rid of the Jordan, okay? Cool. The key thing to also note that in the conference finals, we were the favorite, and we won. There's never been a time in the conference finals, because the other 2 series, the Pacers were the favorite. When we're favored to beat the Pacers, we have a good chance in the conference finals. Okay? We also won 2 of the conference finals. We won in 99 and 94, even though they were favored in 99. So the higher the stakes, especially when you add the fact that we beat the champions. The Pacers, hey guys, look, the Pacers, they beat the regular season champions. The Cleveland Cavaliers, not the in-season tournament, no, the regular season champions, because everybody crowned these guys as champions. And I'm like, they didn't do nothing yet. They beat the regular season champions, okay? As my soundboard reconnects, yeah, we still good. They didn't do anything. And everybody crowned the Cavaliers as the best team, and they had the best odds to win the championship. Who did they beat? I'll wait. They beat a Miami Heat team that traded Jimmy Butler that honestly probably shouldn't even made the playoffs. What are we talking about? Pacers, yeah, they beat Cleveland. Was it a healthy Cleveland? I don't want to take the win away. But if you want to say the Celtics were hurt, damn, then what are you saying about Cleveland? Because they had multiple guys miss games. Just saying. So the history tells me that I'm banking on the Knicks in big time series, knocking off the defending champions, which is a major key. No one else in the playoffs have that. Maybe if you want to say OKC beat Denver, who the team that won the championship from 2 years ago, you want to give them that props. Okay, cool. But no team in the playoffs can say they beat the defending champions. We did this year, not previous years, this year. So I think that, and this is one of my first keys. I think history will repeat itself, and it's proven to repeat itself. And my man's with the math in the chat. 26 years from 1973. Did you root first? That's all. Yo, salute to them with the math. I ain't really, mathematic like that, but salute to the brothers. But yeah, I think history's gonna repeat itself. And I think what we seen in '94, right? Knocking off the Bulls, whether Jordan was there or not. I think history repeats itself. What do you guys think? Let me look into the chat. Let's see. Oh my God, wait, hold on, guys. Gotta stop the show. Crim's dad is in the house. Salute the Crims. Mitch didn't play versus Indiana last playoffs. We ready. Hey, Crim's dad, don't be taking my sauce. I'm gonna get to that tomorrow, Crim's dad. Yes. Knicks Yak tickets are going for $1,000 and $375 service fee. Damn. That's a bill right there. I don't know, Knicks Yak. I might have to come up off of it, man. Might have to come up off of it for the finals, man. Why is HRM no longer great? Oh, Crime's dad, listen, man. Disclaimer. If you burn yourself with the mug, that's on you. I just sold the mug. You gotta hold the mug and be careful with it. That's on you. And John the Great says, oh, Reggie, shaking my head. Yeah. Yuri says everyone is important. I agree. Salute to the Knicks Hate Madness Discord server channel members. I see all you guys. Let's see. Nick Jack said fan says, okay. Fan says Ice Bowl in 96 as a 9-year-old. No, 1966. And played and lost two. Okay. Played two. Okay. So you go back to Vince Lombardi days. That's way back there. Mitch might play the greatest defense play in the playoff history. Possibly. He's looking really good. Definitely HRM the great. This over sports. Yeah, people getting hurt over sports makes no sense. Yuri says blocked by McBride. That was fire. That was, you talking about in game 6. That was fire. Yak, there's some bad places in Oakland, San Fran. You could use your life over there? Really? Over sports? Yikes. You know what? Let me close out this poll. Let's close out the poll. Because it's in the way, too. Close this thing out. Let me see. Oh, okay. So you guys have voted. Okay, hold on. How do I... Oh, yeah, I want to end it. Okay. So before I end it, so I got the poll results, right? And it says here that 77% of you guys want me to do the post-game call-up. So I'm going to do the post-game call-up. And you can see the results is in the chat now. All right, so we'll abandon the live play-by-plays, man. You know, for now at least. They'll come back. But yeah, because to be honest, I'm going to keep it real. It's easier for me to do the post-game call-ups. Whether I do it really late night, because I'm a vampire. So, you know, it really works for me. Like, to go after the game is always a benefit. So, man, shoot, you know what I could do, y'all? I'm not going to say all the games, but I'm going to say most of the games I'll do a post-game call-up. I'm still trying to see if I'm going to do one Wednesday because we're going live tomorrow. It's like I'm going live every day, which I don't got a problem with doing because I'm a grinder. That's what I do. I grind. But we'll see. More than likely, we'll do the post-game call-up. So, all right. Let me just write that down. So, post-game call-ups, 77%. All right, cool. So, you guys like the call-ups. You guys just want to talk. You know what it is? You guys want to talk. That's what it is. You know what? I messed up, too, in the poll. I should have put, because remember, during the play-by-plays, you guys could call up, too. I forgot to add that detail. I'm not sure if that swayed the vote, but yeah. On the live play-by-plays, I allow people to call up. So the new Knicks, I definitely see you in the house. Okay. HRM Grace says that's a down payment. Yo, man, I might have to come out of my pockets. By the way, where all the Pacers fans at? Where y'all at? I know y'all in the chat watching from the bushes, man. Come on, I opened up the subscribers because I only would put it in subscriber only mode. But I want to talk to everybody today. And by the way, make sure you guys subscribe, okay? If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Hit that bell icon, get all the notifications. Also, hit that like button so more cool Knick fans can find the content. And if you are a subscriber, right, consider joining the channel. I'm going to touch on the membership in a second as well. All right, before I wrap up, there are some more hot topics I wanted to get into. And of course, I got to do smoke of the week and all of that. That's coming. I want to talk about the case between MSG and Charles Oakley, because we've been talking about this for a while now. And there's some, crazy things with this case. And I feel like Oakley, this case is like, it's not looking good for him. I'm going to keep it real. Now, last Friday, Damian Marshall and the other King and Spalding attorneys on behalf of MSG, okay, filed a memorandum of law in opposition to Oakley's motion for what we know as spoliation sanctions, meaning punishment for failure to preserve relevant evidence. The federal rules of civil procedure and case law place a duty on parties to undertake reasonable efforts to preserve materials during litigation or anticipation of litigation. That is true for emails, texts, notes, and other materials, including binders that are sometimes lost, deleted, and stored in boxes or machines that are no longer accessible. Right? The basic logic is that a court needs to know whether or not the evidence exists to support or refute the plaintiff's claims. And a fair, transparent legal process necessitates evidence be preserved. When parties fail to meet this duty, they face sanctions that can include fines or even dismissal of the case. So this is what MSG is saying, right? This is what they're saying Oakley's doing, because Oakley has, they asked for phone records. He didn't have the records. He said, oh, I thought I had it. I lost it. So what that looks like, right, is like, oh, are you making this up? How do we discern what's going on? So I just wanted to, follow up on this case because we've been talking about it since, it went to court, right? And Dovaldi and Lukey and the other attorneys from Wilger and Petrolio Klein, sorry, I'm bad with names, Rigder and Petrolio Klein and Boxer, Oakley contends that MSG has conveniently lost a lot of information on this case. So he's saying MSG also lost information. The 61-year-old former All-Star cites missing corporate cell phones, email boxes, right, from a personal bodyguard. See, here's the key right here. So he says this bodyguard says who confronted and assaulted and battered him. That's what Oakley said. The security guard assaulted and battered him. Okay, cool. And the security supervisor who Oakley says was fired because of the ejection. So he's saying they conveniently lost this information. I don't know, y'all. I'm just giving y'all the update. Right, this is with some back and forth stuff, just to follow up on the case. I do have the link to the Hoops Hype article if you want to read more on this, but I just wanted to share that before I move forward because we've been talking about it for a while. Let's see. There's a couple of, let me see the hot topics. I'm not going to spend too much more time on these because I want to wrap this up. Oh, by the way, did I talk about Stephen A. Smith? Yeah, I did. I think I did talk about the clip. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. I don't really care about the draft night. The Ops almost got Cooper Flag from our pick. I don't really care about that. Yeah, they almost got. They almost got it from my pick. The Sixers almost got Cooper Flag. Don't care about that. Let me move forward. 14 through 17, Giannis. I do want to dispel the Giannis rumors, man. What's the article I want to read at? So there's been a lot of rumors about Giannis ever since he said he was open to being moved. Like he'll consider like discussing the options. So when they was asking him on Twitter, what's your favorite city to play on the road? He said New York. Everybody went crazy. Like, oh, Giannis wants to come to New York. LeBron said his favorite place to go to on the road was New York. Did LeBron come to New York? Knock it off. I don't think we're going to get Giannis, especially if we win the championship or go really far in the finals. I don't think they blow up the team to get Giannis. I think it would be a mistake. I think that Brunson and Giannis, it won't be compatible. It would be the same thing you're seeing with Giannis and Dame. Dame sits on the elbow while Giannis, the big man, runs 4-5 pick and roll. That's why the Bucks are just a nightmare. Okay, so yeah, I don't think the and then Brian Windhorst also he said this is what Windhorst said. He says the Knicks, the Lakers, and the Warriors, they can't win the bidding war. I get the exact quote. He says there could be a deal worked out. The same would apply in my view to the Knicks or the Los Angeles Lakers. If he wants to be a Knick, send me to New York. Right, those are big ifs. Right, so he would have to say, I want to go to New York. If he doesn't say that, they wouldn't be able to put together a package to get him. That's basically what Wendy's saying, right? All right, moving off of Wendy because I don't want to give him no real play. There's more hot topics. Like I said, if you go to thisweekinsidethenix.com, you get to see all the hot stuff that's there. I'm going to move forward now because we get down to the wind down. I'm going to talk about some of the comments of the weeks. There's multiple comments here. I think I want to talk about this quote right here. This is from the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Knicks will be chance 25-26, right? So basically, hold on. Is that the question? Yeah, no, this is okay. This is from Knicks will be champs, right? He basically was asking us in the chat Discord, would you call Brunson a generational talent, right? Or is a finals appearance necessary for that honor? So I actually responded to this, and I actually got the quote here. All right. So this is my quote is. Hold on. I got two here. Whatever. So this is what my response was. Some people say that the criterion of generational talent is based on athleticism or natural abilities. However, I say yes because I could see Brunson's style of play influencing the younger generation with footwork and a complete offensive bag, not just jacking up threes. Plus, his leadership is the best we've seen in recent years from Mr. Miyagi quotes, salute to Mr. Miyagi, right? To his elite playmaking ability, besides the freak of nature athleticism that's usually embodied by these athletes, he checks every other box. So I would say yes. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Brunson is a generational talent, especially if he wins? Like if we win the championship? I do foresee a lot of people following in his footsteps and trying to, mirror his game. I think so. I think that the athleticism bit is cool. But I think that most people who are super athletic, they're not generational talent. So to make that the direct criteria or criterion, I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's fair because I'm Wemby and I'm 7'5". There's been a lot of 7'7" dudes, freak of nature people, never did anything. So why shouldn't a dude that has crazy skills and not just his skills but his mindset, like he really comes from Mamba mentality. Salute to the Captain 11. But he really comes from a Mamba mentality. So, let me know what you guys think about this. I'll read your comments. And salute the Knicks will be champs. He's honestly like the brain trust behind some of the polls that I come up with because he asks questions like this damn near every day. And this is another reason why you guys should get inside the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Let me keep it moving. Keep it moving. So I'm going to jump into Smoke of the Week. So Smoke of the Week, dog growls. You know how we get down. Goes to the Ops, Paul Pierce. The Ops, Paul Pierce. Salty Paul Pierce says the Pacers will dust the Knicks in the following the Celtics elimination. The former Celtics legend who had embarked on an 8-mile, 20-hour walk. I forgot to put that short out. I'm gonna put that on TikTok. Me responding to that, right? In Los Angeles, after the Knicks shockingly won the game in Boston, which was game 2, attempted to throw some water on the Knicks, right? Celebration. They eliminated his beloved team in game 6. Pierce harped on the Knicks beating the Celtics squad less than 100%. Guys, wait for my unfiltered thought. This is the same guy, Paul Pierce, right? Who said that the Knicks will still lose the series. The Celtics can still win without Tatum. So how do you go from we can win without Tatum to now the reason why y'all won is because Tatum got hurt? Last time I checked, when Tatum got hurt, and salute to Tatum, all prayers, to Tatum for a speedy recovery. But the last time I checked, we had a 7-point lead going up to a 9-point lead with 3 minutes to go when Tatum got hurt. We wasn't down 7, and then, when he went out, we came up and took the lead. No. What the hell are you talking about, Paul Pierce? Pacers gonna poop on y'all. Y'all know that, right? Pierce said on the Eastern Conference Finals to the Eastern Conference Finals foes sitting outside and holding a red Solo cup, as seen in the video posted on social media. Y'all know the Pacers gonna get y'all. So I don't even want to hear that. Like, y'all feeling good. Y'all beat an injured Celtics team. Y'all beat a Celtics injured team. We have our All-NBA first team MVP candidate who led us in all of these candidates. Y'all know whatever, but shout out to New York. Don't say shout out to New York. No. Dog growls. No, stay on that side. Ain't no shout outs to New York. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Shout out to New York. That's what you should have said. Yo, good series. Shout out to New York. But now you want to use the Tatum as an excuse? Y'all down 3-1 with Tatum. Y'all down 3-1 with Tatum. What do they say? 93% chance of the odds. Listen, guys, I will do a 30-minute unfiltered video. Okay, unfiltered thought, breaking down the Tatum injury thing. But it's funny to me when the ops get with other ops and say, yo, we need to work together to beat them. Times are changing. Could you imagine other teams? By the way, do we got some Indiana fans in the house? Mods, don't let them go too crazy. All right, mods, don't let them go too crazy. If the Pacers fans get crazy, put them on timeout. No blocking. Put them on timeout. Anyway, I see, because I'm seeing these emojis. Dude, you're going to disappear. Interrupting my smoke of the week with these stupid emojis. Anyway, but like I said, yeah, we was up 3-1. And then now you going to link up with the ops to hope they beat us. That's a loser mentality. You guys are sore losers. That's the truth. The Boston Celtics are the biggest sore losers in sports. Let that sink in, Boston. Let it register. You lost. Like I told you would. And now you set up another team for failure. You know you don't really believe Indiana could beat us. You know you don't believe that in your heart, mind, body, and soul. You just saying that from the hateful place. Bunch of haters. There's more I could get into, but like I said, man, I'm a do a 30-minute unfiltered thought. Yuri says, you mean soft. The ops is soft. Facts. And what my man from New Knicks say? Soften. He epitomized the definition of soften. Let me keep it moving though. That's the smoke of the week. Trae Young also, I had it somewhere here. Trae Young. See if I got it. I don't want to go backwards, but Trae Young also talking about he went to the Oklahoma City game. Another op. He gonna be at the OKC game, and he gonna tweet, "Oh yeah, it's louder in Oklahoma City than it is in New York." Yo, these guys are clowns, man. These guys are clowns. Think about it. Why? What does New York have to do with OKC? We not playing each other right now. More than likely, it would be in the finals. But we ain't. But that ain't the matchup. You had an Oklahoma City game talking about New York. Where you get that from? And then you wonder why I'm not a bad guy. Why do Knicks fans don't like me? Because of this. Because you a little snake. Look at you. You get the first opportunity to take a slight on a public platform, and you know it's going to get clicks and views because the Knicks is the hottest thing smoking right now. And y'all all hate it. Y'all all hate it. You wish it was you, because even when you was in our situation, in our scenario, which you guys technically wasn't in our scenario, but when you guys made it to the conference finals, because you wasn't the favorite, but when y'all made it there, right? Y'all not getting the same light we got. The light shines the brightest on New York City. And the hate resonates. I tell you what OKC don't got. OKC didn't have 20,000 people outside the Garden going crazy after the game. Climbing on street lights. I didn't see no clips of that. I didn't see the OKC with the OKC jerseys out there going crazy. I didn't see that. Yeah, they stayed till the game was over. I didn't see here's the most important part. If it did happen, the fact that I didn't hear it happen tells you everything you need to know. But yeah, Trae Young is another dude who gets the smoke. I had the article somewhere, but I don't need to put that dude on the screen. Get him up out of here. Wilding out. So I did smoke of the week. We get into some word in the street. I'm going to read your comments before I get there, though. Man, who is this dude? Shroom Merchant. Get him out of here. See you after game 1. Okay. I know I won't see you after games 5 or 6. Let me see. Avengers Unite versus the Knicks. Facts. Got a whole bunch of losers getting together. Oh, yeah, we're going to team up because we don't like New York. They're the big bad wolf. Blowing all our houses down. New York City salute, man. They blowing all our houses down, huh? They blowing all our houses down. Yeah, we came to blow your houses down. We don't want friends. We ain't friends with none of you. We look down on all of you. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. I said it. The lights shine bright here. All I know is don't get into the Garden, fumbling and bumbling, shooting air balls. Keeping that same energy. We here. We ready for the smoke. Knicks will be champs. Says Sixers and Celtics are wearing Pacers colored knee pads. And they glazing the Pacers. Could you imagine? I'm going to go to another op to take down another op because I can't do it myself. In sports. It's going to be a good series. I say Knicks in 6. I really want to say 5, but I'm going to say 6. They scared now that they know that the Knicks bench took them to game 7. Facts. Yo, and nice. What you said is a very powerful statement. They scared, right? Now that they know that the Knicks bench took them to game 7. The Knicks bench. You worried about our bench now. You better be worried about our starters. Talking about some goddamn bench. You better be worried about our starters. We got the best starting lineup in basketball. That's a fact. I'm not conceding to nobody. There's no 1A, no 1B, no nothing. We got the best starting 5 in basketball. Period. And then when they want to say, oh, yeah, made the mistake of listening to Stephen A. The Celtics, they missed a lot of open threes. What the hell does that have to do with anything? This is why they don't like you, Stephen A. Smith. Go watch that video. This is why they don't like you. This is why they don't rock with you, Stephen A. Oh, yeah, we know they missed a lot of... What the hell does that have to do? Maybe they're not good enough to make the threes. Why do we care because they missed threes? That's just nonsense. What are you talking about? Oh, they missed a lot. Because you know what it is, guys? I'm going to tell you. The human ego, right? even though there's no real ego, but just play with it. From a philosophical perspective, the human ego is so fragile that you can't get a prediction wrong. I come up here, I say, yo, give myself crow, man, I got it wrong. I'm not going to diminish the reasoning behind my pick not going right, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, well, they missed a lot of threes. You lost. What does it matter? You didn't make the threes. Maybe you're not good enough to make the threes. That's how I see it. Anyway, let me relax. These guys get, yo. Stephen A. Smith, you almost made the smoke of the week. I held back in that last video. I could have really went in. You just, I'm letting you know, Stephen A., you pushing the lines. You pushing the lines. Yeah, you picked the Knicks in 7 this time, but we still not rocking with you. All right, so before I get to the word on the street and wrap up, I do got to share the channel membership, guys. What you get when you become a channel member, you hit the join button. We got the 2 packages. We got the starter Knicks fan and the hardcore Knicks fan. I'm actively making changes to the packages. So by next week, it'll probably be some more additions. But anyway, right now, when you join the channel membership, right, we got the starter Knicks fan. I'm going to just talk about that. $4.99 a month. Instantly, no matter which membership you sign up for, you get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server that you keep hearing me talk about. This is not an open free-for-all server, right? This is some good people in here that you see on the channel. We have great conversation. We talk Knicks 24/7. Not only do we talk Knicks, we talk all other sports. And it's crazy. Like I said, I had to calm down a Yankees and Mets beef because I seen where it was going. I said, yo, guys, you gotta come on right now. Knicks united. Yankees, Mets, come together. Can't have no beef right now. We got a lot of big fish to fry. We got these Pacers people all over the place. We have to come together and form like Voltron to take out the ops. So that's what we did. So you get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. That's one of the perks. It's not listed here, but that's one thing you're going to get, right? Other things, of course, you get the cool badges. The cool badges are cool because I look for the badges, and I always give my members, more favor in terms of communication because they help support the channel and help it grow. We got members-only live chats. Like tomorrow's show will be a members-only live chat. So you guys can watch it. It's going to be live. It's going to be fire. I'm giving you 10 reasons I'm going in. Definitely check that out. So sometimes I do shows like that where if you want to be a member, because I want to focus in. I don't want to be on the chat too much. So that's another perk you get. You get access to, involve yourself in the communication when I limit it to members only, right? Members also get priority reply to comments. I get a lot of comments. I drop a lot of content every single day. I'm dropping a video. And if I don't drop a video, I'm dropping a poll. There's going to be something there for you to comment on. So when you come to, you go to the channel, you go to the live, you go to the video, you go to the community, always something there every day for you to check out. And I get a lot of comments. So what I do, I go make sure I get to my members. And then if you write a really good comment, I try to respond. And so that's how that works. As far as status updates and videos, I got a special video series called The Unfiltered Thought, which I mentioned earlier. Where sometimes it's 3 in the morning. I just give you some, my unfiltered thought is I don't edit anything. I just go raw from the heart. Of course, sometimes I'm in research mode, so I put the stuff on screen if you have to reference. But I'm gonna be doing a lot more of those as well. Those are something that, and like I said, the next video I'm doing is the Jason Tatum thing. I'm beating at the. Listen, I don't want to even hear about Boston. Once the Pacers game and the first game start, I don't even want to hear nothing about Boston going forward. Okay, that is over. Okay, now members get the shout outs, of course, and like I said earlier, members get a discount on all the merch you see on shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. So those are the reasons why you join the channel. You join the membership. This is not I'm joining the channel and you don't get nothing, right? If you join the channel, you're going to get perks, and I'm adding more perks as well. So I take the channel very seriously. I work it like a full-time content creator. That's what I am. So, make sure you guys, if you want to support, if you're a subscriber, consider joining the channel. Okay, cool. I'm going to jump into some word on the street. Right. Jump into some word on the street. I bet. Well, I dropped this poll like 6 hours ago. This is crazy. And it's at 187 votes. All right, cool. Let me it's a lot of polls. Let me pause. I know some of you guys are like, wait, what are you doing? Kind of reckless. I'm not gonna read all of these. I'm gonna Oh yeah, all right, I start here. Perfect. So with the Knicks on the verge of making the first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, is it time to abandon the Fire Tibbs narrative? 189 votes. I'm going to say yes. 71% of the 190 votes said, yes, we got to abandon it. Why are we talking about firing our coach? Let it go. We're in the ECF. He took us there. Something a lot of you guys said that he couldn't do. Let him rock. 29% say no. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do it again for the finals. Let's see what you guys say then. How concerned are you about the Knicks' chances of getting to the ECF? I'm going to skip that one because we're already in the ECF. The Knicks defied the odds and defeated the world champions, the Boston Celtics, in 6 games. What was the most important aspect of this series? I'm going to say winning the first 2 road games. 87% of Knicks fans say winning the first 2 road games. Let's see if we got any alternative comments here. 10% say Mitch's plus minus stat. Salute to, is this RL? Salute to RL. Coming back from 2 20-point deficits on the road. That's a great one. I wish I would have thought about it. I would have added that. All of that, the comebacks down 20, but the most important closeout game at game 6 in the Mecca. Salute to that. Hey man, first time we did that, and what they said, since 99, crazy. Dog walked them. So, all right, cool. So that's that. Let me come out of there. Let me hit the back button. All right, cool. Is it NBA Finals now or bust? So is it finals now or bust for the Knicks? And I made sure I didn't put the I don't know in this one. I'm going to say it's a bust. 33% of the 236 votes say it's a bust. 67% says no, it's not a bust at all. Now, granted, I still would say the season is a success if we did not make it to the finals. But I think with us being a favorite, even though it's a slight favorite, I think that you're a better team than Indiana. And I'm going to tell you why tomorrow. Make sure you're here. 10 reasons. So with that being said, it's like you kind of didn't reach your full potential. And now the Fire Tibbs people are going to be like, see, he couldn't get us past there. So to eliminate that, I think that you have to get to the finals. Right? But 67% of you also say it's not a bust. So a lot of you guys are cool with where we are, and it's a process. Not mad at it. The Knicks are facing the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. What's your prediction for this series? I really want to go the Knicks in 5. Trust me, that's my heart, mind, body, and soul. But my objective mind is like Knicks in 6. 57% of Knicks fans say Knicks in 6 or 7. 29% say Knicks in 5. 7% says a cool sweep, Knicks in 4. And 6%, these must be Pacers fans. I don't believe Knicks fans are saying Pacers in 6 or 7. Don't believe it. And that's all for word on the street. You guys could go to the community session and vote for these polls. Like I said, I try to drop these polls every day or at least every other day. Most days you're going to see a poll that you could vote on. And, you could go there and check it out. And there's a lot of stuff to my community section. So that's all for that. Let me see. Anything else I want to get to before I wrap up? Definitely going to read your chats on the way out. Salute to Degada. He said, Degada, the Jets motivator. Ooh, okay. So do you do Jets content? The Jets motivator? He got the Knicks Thunder in the championship. I'm riding with that. AP says 6 or 7. I'm going 6. Let's see. Ben, Warriors Dynasty is dead. Yep, facts. And they signed Jimmy Butler to a 3-year 180. Whatever. Let me see. 7 NBA champs. Warriors won. Okay. They did. Yeah, they back in the day. They had success back in the day. Okay. Good stuff. Let me see. Knicks will be chance said, I don't want Stephen A. Smith picking the Knicks at all. I ain't worried about Stephen A. Smith. Because we don't rock with him like that, he doesn't have no control. Yuri says this series is going to be a dogfight. All right, man. You know what? I'm going to thank you guys. I guess I'll end it there. This was a long pod, but salute to everybody that joined and was in the chat. I do appreciate you guys for supporting this podcast. This podcast, honestly, is a passion project. Like, you know, if it blows up, it blows up. Like, you know, I do this podcast because for me, it's like, this is what I do. I read every single piece of news. So now I'm just documenting it, you know, and talking about it. So I always did this. I read everything. You know, I'm a Knicks junkie. So I appreciate you guys for rocking out. You know, it is like a weekly digest kind of thing. And I just, you know, I'm gonna continue doing it. You know, it's just, I appreciate the support, you know, all the super chats and people that join the channel. I appreciate it. AP says the Celtics have a payroll problem. Facts. Did I do a show on that? I did something on that. There's something I did on the Celtics on the channel. You go check that out. I still think the Knicks, it'll be Knicks and Wolves. I hope so. I would love it. But I want to give a big time salute to everybody, all of the mods, AP, of course, channel member mod. Knicks will be champs 25-26. And Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. And he's the guy, he's the brainchild, the brain trust behind all of the polls. Salute the Knicks will be champs. Salute to the guy that coming through towards the end. I said salute to AP. I said salute to Sam from the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. So of course, salute to Yuri, channel member, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. You know what, Yuri? Yuri, I'm gonna make you a mod, Yuri. You're gonna be one of the final, because Maxine told me not to make mods anymore. But if Yuri, hopefully you still around, I'm gonna make Yuri a mod, man. Yuri's somebody who he always comes on the Knicks Tape Man, the call-up show. So I'm gonna give him mod status as well. I don't give mod status to everybody. So anybody you see as a mod, they either was like a day one or they just like really dope, like on Dios. So I'm gonna make him. So Yuri, you're now a mod, Yuri. So now he's a channel member, mod, and in the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Salute to HRM the Great, of course. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member. I appreciate HRM the Great. He supported. He actually won the free. He got the free bodega when I did the giveaways. I'm gonna be bringing back giveaways too. Matter of fact, where we at? This is the 19th, right? So let me get my math right. Hold on. I'm trying to see not the membership shows I'm doing this week. The next members only live. I'm gonna do a giveaway. Okay, it might be one of these. It might be a hat. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna let you guys know. Salute the Just Knicks. Okay, let's see. Salute to the Wolf Perry. Salute to New Knicks who came through. Crim's dad, how could I forget Crim's dad, man? Salute to Crim's dad. This dude, he's always bothering me about stuff, man. I don't know why he won't leave me alone. He always bothering me, man. Salute to Tory B, early. Nick Shack, of course, the great Nick Shack. I think Nick Shack might have been one of my first people that was rocking with me, like in the chat. Like when I used to only have like 3 people in the chat. Big time salute to everybody. Okay, and of course, this is what I was looking for. Salute to Ron Rivera. I do appreciate the super chats. Thank you, Ron Rivera, on the way out. And I enjoyed your call as well on the call-up show, if you're the same guy. And salute to Fritz, man. Salute to everybody, man. This channel, I give everybody love. And that's all for this pod. So until next time, let's go Knicks and 6 and be here tomorrow. I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why we beat the Pacers in 6 games.